Hello and welcome to Quilt Addicts Anonymous. I'm Stephanie Sabine. Today we have some new goodies to share with you from the quilty world. We have a Halloween sampler that we put together. It's a bunch of fabrics from different Halloween lines, so you can get a scrappy Halloween quilt without actually having to collect all the fabrics. We even have a glow in the dark one. We also have a brand new quilt kit of a paper piece dinosaur and a Giucy Giuce sampler. So if you've been wanting to collect some of his goodies to add to your stash, we're going to have that here today. Let's get started. We're going to start with some creepy crawlies for the Halloween one. This is the only beige fabric that we have in it. The rest of it is all orange, black, or a little bit of purple background. And of course we have some creepy spiders crawling across it. If this bugs you, feel free to give it to a friend who will enjoy it and leave it out of your quilt. This is a fun one from FreeSpirit. It's called Spellbound. It's got some sand timers, some clocks with scary looking faces on them and locks. It's really a fun one, and that orange is a classic Halloween color. This one is from Kim Schaefer for Andover Fabrics. It's definitely more cartoony than what we've seen so far. We've got some cartoon black backs in silhouette, plus some moons and stars all on an orange background. This one is really fun. It's a lot of bats with their wings extended on an orange background, but the way that the wings match up with each other and the feet touch it below, it creates this really cool wave pattern. So it's both artistic and Halloween all at once. No one does Halloween quite like Alexander Henry, so we had to include one of his macabre prints in here. This one is a true Halloween with the black, white, and orange colors throughout it. This one is also really fun. We are bringing in the purple, which is my favorite addition to the Halloween colors. I love a little purple, even some pink with my Halloween. This one is a bunch of skeleton keys. We have lots of different faces on them. We have a skull, we have a weird looking eye inside of a heart, and they all are quite creepy and interesting and will add a little bit of fun color to your quilts. We have some black cats silhouetted with white and a purple background. And this one is from Benartex Fabric, and these guys glow in the dark. We tested it. It does in fact work. And so it's a really fun one. You can turn off the lights, watch a scary movie, and still have a little bit of glowing from the quilt you're snuggled under. This one is really fun too. It's more cartoony than some of the other ones. We have lots of elements of a witch's outfit. We of course have the broom and the hat and the dress, but we also have some stockings, some bloomers, the buckle shoes with the pointy toes. It's a really fun one and it's super cute. And with that purple background, it'll add some color to your quilt. Now we're getting into the black and gray scale. This one has a nice gray mottled background with a bunch of pumpkins splattered around it. I'm actually planting a pumpkin patch in my backyard this year, so hopefully I'll have a bunch of different looking pumpkins like this too come fall. We've got to have a little bit of Jack Skellington, and we do right here. We've got a nice charcoal background with some spider webby type hash marks in the back, some black bats, and Jack with his sinister grin. This one is really fun too. It's very artistic. So it's got black or gray bats on a black damask, black and gray. But within the bats, they kind of have these like Zentangle-like designs on them. It's really cool and it's going to add a lot of visual interest to your quilts. And of course, we have to have some houses decorated for Halloween. We have some old style houses and farm style houses. They're really looking cool. We've got some wagons of pumpkins, some decorated pumpkins with skulls on them, some apples, you know, all the good things of fall. And of course, a few spider webs to make it even spookier. Next up, we have the moon print. We have all types of moons. We have werewolves howling in the moons. We have moons that look like skeleton faces, bats over them, different phases of the moon. It really is a fun print, and that black, white, and orange make it perfect for Halloween. We've got to get one more Alexander Henry in there since he is the Halloween master. This one is a bunch of skeletons who are ready to party. If you got our Alexander Henry sampler bundle, these prints are a repeat of that one, but there are only 2 of them in this one as opposed to 6 in the one that we released last week. And we're going to wrap it up with some cute cartoon ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns. Alright, so here we have it, our Halloween sampler. It's got fabrics from multiple different designers, multiple different fabric manufacturers. We even have a glow in the dark kitty cat there, and it is all the black, the orange, a little bit of white, and my favorite purple to add a little bit of fun to it. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. You can get a nice scrappy Halloween quilt out of this without actually having to collect all the fat quarters yourself. You can just get one bundle, pick a pattern, and go to town. And of course, we always have lots of fat quarter friendly patterns for you over at shop.quiltaddictsanonymous.com, where you can get this bundle and yardage of your favorite prints that you can see behind me. Next, we're going to take a peek at our Giucy Giuce sampler. Giucy Giuce is a designer with Andover Fabrics, and he's very talented, and he's one of those, with the exception of one of his collections, where the colors really work very well from collection to collection. So this is a great way to sort of beef up your stash, and I feel like his color palette also works really well with Allison Glass. It's kind of a deeper, a little bit muddier version of it, so it works really well for man quilts, but also you can mix and match really well with Allison Glass by putting these together. Libs Elliott, they all kind of work really well together. All right, so we're going to start off with one of his speckled prints here. This is a gray with a pink speckled dot all over. Next we have a kind of magenta. It's not as bright as magenta. Like I said, he really tends toward the muddier colors where they're not a clear, true color. They're kind of a mix of something or other. This one has more of a crackle. These all, by the way, would make great basics. And I'm always talking about how you need to have a good basic stash. Because if you have a pattern that you absolutely love, but you need like one or two more fabrics, you can go to your basics and you can find something that's going to work and fill that out, and you are good to go with that fat quarter pattern. Here are some more of those mauve speckles. The mauve is the background, and then we have black speckles to go with it. This is a really versatile color. It goes with a lot of things, so this is a good one to have in your stash. Next up, we have that speckle in a deep cranberry base with a black speckle on top. This one actually matches really well with my sweater. It's kind of like a marigold, mustard, orangey yellow. It's really not one or the other. It's kind of a real good mixture of the two, but we've got a black speckle on top. This one is kind of a mix of yellow and green. It kind of reminds me of split pea soup, but we've got that and then the black speckle on top. Now we have more of a citron, and this is such an underrated color in my opinion. People tend to shy away from it because it seems like too out there, but look at how good it looks next to this deep cranberry, and even the pink and the mauve looks fabulous together. Now we have an olive crackle here. It's looking really gorgeous. This is what I mean when I say he makes good man quilt fabric. This is a good one to use in that. And we're going to wrap it up with this green fabric. It's not quite mint, it's not quite seafoam. It has a little bit more, too much of the darker undertones with that, but it really is a gorgeous color, and it looks great with everything that we have so far out here. So this is our Giucy Giuce sampler. It's a couple of different collections in here, and we've got a real nice rainbow going on. So this is a great one to just grab and add to your stash for that moment when you need the perfect fat quarter to help fill out a fat quarter pattern that you're trying to work on. And we are going to wrap up today's new product video with T-Rex Roar. This is a foundation paper piece quilt, and we do have a video tutorial on how to do foundation paper piecing. It is using one of our blocks as a sample, but you can go way, way beyond a simple quilt block and create really cool options like this. We have a couple of patterns on their own. This quilt kit is going to come with the pattern if you do order it. The quilt kit finishes at 55 by 65 inches, and you're going to get your pattern for your top, your binding fabric, your pattern, and your foundation paper piecing templates. Let's take a little bit closer look at this. You can see that we're able to create all these really cool teeth patterns as they come through here and create the shadows of the teeth. And then you have all the different fabrics to use for your dinosaur to make him look like he's got the shadows, and then his bright green eye. And as we take a closer look at his body, you can see how the really cool brown really helps to accentuate his arms and the muscles on his body and his tail all the way down to his claws on his feet. So this is a really cool pattern. I think you guys are going to love it. If you are a fan of foundation paper piecing, this is going to be a fun challenge for you. If you are new to it, we do have a video tutorial on how to do it that we can watch. But if you've got a little boy in your life who loves dinosaurs, this is the quilt. This is going to be the Christmas present, and it's going to be the oh my gosh moment that you can photograph and take video of, and they're going to absolutely love it. So that's T-Rex Roar. We've got quilt kits that also include your pattern, all your templates, all the fabric for the top and binding, as well as you can get a couple of the patterns individually, but here you're going to be able to make it with the fabrics that have been used in the original. So really fun project to do, and a great one to get now and start working on so you can gift it this holiday season. Thanks so much for following along, and until next time, happy quilting.